Are we live? Yeah. Good morning. Good morning. Got a good crowd this morning. How's everybody doing this morning? Good. So, is this anyone's first town hall meeting? Welcome. So, I do communications twice a month in the ballroom here. The second Thursday of the month, I do what's called a Mingle with Mike at 10 a.m. in the morning. And it's really just, I share updates about the community, and then it's open mic. You know, so in essence, folks can ask questions and we'll go through and answer the questions. And then on the fourth Thursday at 10 o'clock, I do a town hall, and it's more of a structured format. I have a presentation, an agenda. We invite other leaders into the town hall and have them share updates as well. So welcome. And welcome to our members that are sitting at home enjoying from their home. So I'm going to jump right into our town hall this morning. Got a lot of information I want to share with you. So let's go into the agenda and see what that looks like. I'm going to try to get out of your way here. So we had a few new leaders join us. So we had some leader introductions this morning. I'm going to invite each one of the new leaders up and they'll share a little bit about themselves. We're going to go into a brief IT update. Caleb's joining us this morning to talk about that. I got some information about communication and how you can stay connected at Time Point. I like to do that at least once a year. This is a refresher. We'll talk about some community updates, a few dining reminders, and then we'll go into our sales snapshots, which we've been doing on a monthly basis. So with that, I'm going to invite our first new leader up, and that is going to be Miss Paige Sullivan, our Fitness Center Supervisor. And Paige, welcome to the team. You've been here a few weeks now, so excited to have you on board. So if you want to do a brief introduction, and that is a video for our folks at home so they can see as well. So just try to stay close to the camera.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Paige. I'm the new fitness manager down at the gym. Like he said, I started a couple weeks ago. Background, I'm from Charleston, South Carolina originally, lived in Greenville, South Carolina for 10-ish years, working at a skilled nursing facility as a recreation therapist. Went to Clemson University, got my certified recreation therapy degree. So now I'm here and I'm excited for new things. We're going to try out some new classes. So we're excited for some new changes and excited to meet you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Katie. Okay, Lily, come on up. So Liliana Lance, our new Director of Human Resources, decided to join us from Naples. So welcome, Lily.
Good morning. I'm hearing my voice echo. Good morning. Yep, like Michael said, I'm actually from our other V community in Naples, Florida. So you guys were exciting enough to bring me here as the new HR director when Lisa recently retired. So I've been with V for 5 years almost. So definitely know the organization and love the culture here. So I'm excited to be with all of you. Just started in July, moved my family here. So I've got 2 little ones. So you might see them run around one day to see where mommy works. But thank you.
Thank you, Lily. So it's really so nice to have a leader come join us from another big community because they can give us additional perspective in terms of how their operation runs at another facility and sort of bring it to us and sort of blend those best practices together to create an even better environment for our team. So welcome aboard, Lily, and I'm going to invite our assistant living manager up, Brittany. Brittany, come on up. You've been here about 3 weeks?
3 weeks.
3 weeks. Welcome.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Hello, good morning, everyone. My name's Brittany, and I'm the new assisted living manager next door at Broad Creek Care Center. So I made the big trip to move down here all the way from Canada. So myself, my husband, and our 2 little boys that are 3 and 7, we moved about 4.5 months ago. So I was looking for the right opportunity, the right fit, and working here is definitely checking all those boxes, and I'm really happy to be a part of the community here. So yeah, if you ever want to come say hello, I'm right next door, and I look forward to maybe seeing you around. And like Lily said, maybe my little ones will be running around here too, getting to know Mommy's new work. So yeah, it's nice to meet you all.
Thank you, Brittany. And I'd like to invite Andrea Williams up. So Andrea is our Director of Nursing, and whenever we have an opportunity to promote from within, then we like to do so. And Andrea's been here as the Clinical Reimbursement Manager for a few years, but recently promoted to the Director of Nursing. So come on up, Andrea. Welcome.
Hello, everybody. My name is Andrea Williams. I moved here from right outside of Philadelphia about 3 years ago. And like Michael said, I was the Clinical Reimbursement Manager over at the care center. Recently promoted to the Director of Nursing position. I have been a nurse for 27 years, working in various fields of practice in Pennsylvania, long-term care, skilled nursing. I've done home care, I've done acute care. Recently went back to school for my master's degree in 2017. And I really enjoy what I do. I enjoy people, and I really enjoy taking care of people. And I just wanted to read my vision statement because I think that's important for you guys to know what my vision is. And my vision as Director of Nursing is to lead with integrity, accountability, and compassion, fostering a culture of teamwork, professional growth, and clinical excellence. I want our facility to be recognized for delivering exceptional resident care, maintaining strong regulatory compliance, and being a workplace where staff feel supported, valued, and empowered, and as well as you guys to feel supported as well. And I'm just happy to be here.
So I'm really excited about the new leaders that we have on board here. I've had a chance to connect with them over the past weeks or months in some cases, and just love the energy that they're bringing to the community, the thoughts that they're bringing to the community. And anytime that you have a new leader come in, they come and they come from another community. They actually have some depth in terms of experiences that they can help support our community with. So I love the fact, Andrea, that you have your own mission statement. So that is amazing that you have your own mission statement. And I love the fact that it really focuses on the member experience and the clinical outcomes that we really like to achieve for all of you over in the Care Center. So really excited to have you all on board. Thanks for joining us. You're more than welcome to stay. So thank you very much. So next I'm going to invite Caleb up. And Caleb is going to talk about some IT updates.
Thank you, sir.
Have us on.
Good deal. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
I would introduce myself, but I'm pretty sure most of the people here already know me. So, I am going to be talking about Windows 10. I don't know how many people here are aware of it, but Windows 10 is actually going to be ending support come October 14th. And so what does that mean for you guys? Well, if your devices are still currently running on Windows 10, that is going to end support, and also there will be no further hardware or security updates for that system. So it is extremely important that if you guys get the prompt to update to Windows 11, it's better to get on that now and knock it out before that support ends, because the longer that you guys go without updating that, it is just a higher risk to your security. But again, it's not a huge issue, but it's something we would like to just stay ahead of. So if you guys need any assistance, the way it's gonna happen is over the next month or so, Windows are gonna be sending out some notifications to you guys recommending that you do update. It's a very simple process, a little bit longer than I would like to see, but it's a pretty big update, and it's gonna just basically make the UI and everything function a lot more optimally for you guys. So if you guys need any help with the update itself, please just let me know, and I'd be more than happy to schedule something. Oh, thank you, sir. Excuse me. So if you guys need any help conducting that update, please don't hesitate to reach out. I'd be happy to set aside some time and we can take a look at getting you guys updated as needed. And if there's any problems, again, feel free to reach out. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Caleb. Thank you, Caleb. My computer actually updated this morning. It was pretty seamless. It actually took probably less than 2-3 minutes to update. We'll get you back online here in a minute. So, and you can reach out to Caleb if you run into a question. Okay. Okay, we got a question? Sorry.
Thank you. Hello? Hello? It's not lit up. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Hello? Okay. Thank you very much, Caleb. Can you tell us who are not that computer familiar, what does it update to?
Oh, yeah, so that probably would have been a good addition. So after Windows 10, Windows 11.
So not the current version, or the latest.
Correct, yes.
The next one up.
Yes, so you'll be moving from Windows 10 to Windows 11. And I'll be 1 second. So actually, I appreciate you bringing that up. One thing I did not touch on, and I'm happy to back up here for it. Some of the computers, if they are a little bit older, we're talking maybe laptops or desktop computers 10 years or more, some of those devices will not have the hardware capability to upgrade to Windows 11. So I'm just gonna give you guys a notice. If you have older devices, some of those will not be compatible, and that is something where you would have to actually look at replacing the device itself. So, yes, thank you, thank you. Any other questions? Thank you guys again.
Thank you, Caleb. Yeah, so I think one of the biggest, for me, the biggest takeaway is, because I'm gonna have to upgrade mine at home as well, is the risk that is associated with not upgrading. So you lose some of the security features, and it's easier to get hacked is one of the things. And then, you know, as they roll out Windows 11, you know, lots of those updates aren't gonna be able to tie into Windows 10, so then your program eventually just gets outdated. So would really encourage if you can do that, to do it as soon as possible. All right, so gonna move on here. Staying connected at Tide Point, and I've shared this slide in the past. I've actually had it labeled a little bit differently, and I think it was how do we communicate, but I thought this is maybe a better heading, how do we stay connected at Tide Point? And we do it in many different ways in terms of, you know, with communication, not only on a daily basis, but also on a weekly, monthly, and ongoing basis. So I wanted to touch on some of these areas in terms of how we communicate with you and how you communicate with us, and because it is a two-way street. But there's lots of ways, and some of the ways that we communicate, you know, I'm going to highlight a little bit more because I think it's really important that you stay, try to stay connected, because things at times move pretty quickly. For example, dining this year, we've had a lot of changes. So if you take a look back a year ago, we were talking about a point of sale system, and then we rolled into December and rolled the point of sale system out, and then all of a sudden, here we are implementing reservations and then to-go orders. And then all of a sudden, you know, we're talking about our dining program, fast casual. So there's been a lot of changes within our dining, but there's other departments that we've had changes in as well. So, so if you take a look at the daily way that you can stay connected at Tide Point, one of the big ones is the comment cards. And I see a lot of comments come through, not only from dining, but just recognition. So members are recognizing an employee, or they're sharing some feedback specific to a concern that they might have. I see literally every comment card that comes from you. So they go through the hands of the executive director, and then they go and filter down into the cabinets. You know, many times you may get a response from the cabinet member. They might reach out to you personally based on the feedback that you're providing. So these comment cards are located throughout the community. And I would say it's really a vital tool for you to be able to share your thoughts. So as an example, we had a comment come in from a gentleman just this week who decided to join in fast casual, you know, and he really enjoyed the experience, and was hoping that maybe down the road that we can take a look at the dress code in there. So you might have heard that from some folks, right? So but that's good, and that's really the only written comment I've gotten on the dress code for the fast casual, which, you know, you might have your thoughts, but somebody took the time to write it down. So, you know, lots of times for us, when we hear stuff in passing, it's hard to take that information, particularly when we're getting it in passing, and get it to a committee and get it into a way that we can actually track the data, or track the comment, and then be able to see what is the greater consensus with the community saying about that. So I just really encourage you to use the comment cards. And then we do have some bulletin boards throughout the community, more hard bulletin boards, not a lot of them, because most of our boards are digital, but we do communicate with some of the bulletin boards through the community. And then we have the Channel 1391, and our folks at home are joining us via Channel 1391. What a great way to see the town hall if you can't make it, or we actually do this town hall, we replay it as well. So for folks that can't make it live or can't see the live taping of it, then you can actually catch it on replay. So that's very valuable for you. But also on Channel 1391, you got event reminders, dining specials, important announcements that we lay on that through that channel as well. And just a really convenient way for you all to stay informed, you know, right in the comfort of your home. And then the Tide Point app is, in my opinion, one of the biggest ways to stay connected. You can get it on your phone, your mobile phone, you can get it on your desktop. We have all the icons, you know, with all the information in there. Many of you are already on there. Austin and Lifestyles keeps that updated. Some of our other departments do updates as well. So there's just a lot of information. There's a lot of rich information in there. Our board, Ms. Hogue and some others actually went through that and partnered with their lifestyles team and just to help consolidate, a lot of the information in there to streamline it. So it's more a better experience for you all when you're looking on the app. Recently, we've added an emergency icon to the app and have some information in there. We've consolidated the dining information so that you can go into one home and really pull up most of the dining information, which is going to be really helpful for you as well. So it's lots of times you might even see a banner on there that might pop up if we have some urgent information that we can push through that app as well. So I would encourage you, if you're not signed up, to please join and get signed up for the app. And then connecting with departments. So there's many ways that we do that. Right now, we have Dining Talk that's recently started. So that's something new that we started last month. I'll share a little bit about when the next Dining Talk is going to take place on a later slide. Carrie's done some get-togethers in the 301 and 501 just to be able to connect with each other and build relationships and get to know each other because we had so many members moving in. So there's lots of ways to connect. This is a great way to connect as well. This and Mingle with Mike. And then if you go over into the weekly, I haven't done as many executive director memos because of this cadence that I had with Mingle with Mike in the monthly town hall. I'm able to really push a lot of information out here and stay connected this way. But if something comes up that a memo is needed, then I will push out memos. Sometimes they're specific to a certain group of members and not the greater community. But I do use memos, and also, as you'll see later on, I use the emergency notification system as well. I had previously mentioned digital screens. But we have one right out here, the dining area, which is a great tool just to be able to see the activities that are throughout the day and the events that are coming up. So that's one of my favorite tools that folks can stay connected to the community. And by the way, if you're in the community and you're not around a digital screen, you can always pull the app up on your phone and really just right then and there, live time, see what's going on throughout the community. And then we get into the monthly updates, which the town hall, just a great forum for me and our leadership team to be able to share updates with you all, featuring current activities and notices and what's really going on in the community, what's going to be happening in the community down the road. We have the board and committee minutes, so you can they're housed on the app as well. So all of our committees meet on a monthly basis. Minutes are taken, they're rolled up to the administration office, and then rolled up into the monthly board report. So then you can actually review those minutes on a monthly basis. So that's a great tool. And then just connecting with the folks that are on the board or on the committees. So we have a lot of committees. So a lot of members are actually engaged, and I know that a lot of information just passes in conversation. So just sitting down at dinner, well, these are some of the things that might be happening in dining or whatever. So there's that connection as well. But it also, I think it helps, when you have the board committee minutes, it helps promote transparency in terms of what we're doing, what we've done, what we're doing, and what we plan to do. So I think that's really important for the membership here to be able to tie into that and really feel comfortable that you got a great board leading the community and your committees are really representing you well. Mingle with Mike, one of my favorites. So you never know what you're going to get in Mingle with Mike, which is really, which I think keeps it lively, right? So, and I just provide some updates once in a while. I invite some leaders up to share some updates as well. And then it truly is an open mic setting where you can get to ask questions about what's going on or what's on your mind, or share thoughts or compliments, whatever we would like to talk about. So I love Mingle with Mike. It's more casual is one of the other things I like about it. So there's more of a comfort there, just being opening up and having a conversation. And then we get into the President's newsletter. Ms. Ho, you're gonna be getting a newsletter, if not today, sometime this week, I would imagine. The most current President's newsletter, which is a lot of great information. And then we also have the Tide, the monthly Tide, where there's a lot of information. Joy puts that together along with Austin. There's a lot of community information in there. So there's a lot of information that floats around in many different ways. So I would encourage you to, if you haven't had a chance to tie into some of these, really take the opportunity and join us with a mingle, or really sit down and take a look at the Tide, or get into the app a little bit, or even channel 1391. I did mention earlier the emergency notifications. I try not to use that emergency notification outside of emergencies. Like I think Tom, our prior director, used it for quite a few things, and maybe because it was COVID. But I don't like to overuse that, because even though it's an easy way to communicate, I really try to pull back as much as possible just about emergent situations that might be happening. Power's out, maintenance is going to be doing some work here or something like that, or obviously, the storms that come upon us, sharing in that way as well. When we have changes to our amenity services, we might have changes to dining due to a water line break or something like that. But that is a great tool to use, and you can get those notifications via email, via text, via phone, or generally the 3 ways that you can get that. And then new resident orientation is another one. Carrie leads new resident orientation for members. That's another great connection point. We also have a new resident dinner, which is another great connection point for new members that join us, just to be able to get to know the other members that might have recently come in, get to know Ms. Hogue a little bit more, and some of the board members. I'm in that just for a brief minute, just sharing a few things about the community, but what a great way to connect after you move in, just to be able to tie in with others that have recently moved in and are experiencing all that fun about unpacking and stuff. So I actually have channel 1391 on here twice, so we're just testing to see if anybody else saw that. A lot of different ways that we communicate. So there might be more that I'm missing here, but I think communication is important. So lots of times on the resident surveys that we get, some of the feedback is it would have been good to have stronger communication around this, or even our employees say, hey, there's an opportunity for stronger communication. And you may have heard that when you were in the workplace as well. Geez, if we could have communicated that ahead of time, or we had a stronger communication around it. So we're always working on communication because we know it's so important for you, it's so important for our team. And so particularly for our team, so they're up to speed with what's happening in terms of the how we're guiding this operation. As an example, Carrie takes a lot of minutes, for the concierge desk. So she'll be sitting, she'll probably take some of this information back to her team at the concierge, so they're aware of some of the things that we're sharing here. She does the same for me with Mike. She does the same for even some high-level notes out of our cabinet meetings. So her team is aware because they are the hub of the communication for the community. Everybody goes to concierge desk. Okay, so I'm going to move into some community updates. You knew it was coming. So the stormwater management project, AKA the ditch, the easement. Believe it or not, I know you might not seem this way, but we are seeing a little bit of progress, at least from my end. So we are very close to having the company come out and landscape that wide open area right at Freshwater and High Point Way. So we are literally within a month of that happening. That project's going to take about 2 weeks to complete, even if the fence isn't done at that point. So I did share with Beaufort County, the manager that I'm working with, is that we are moving forward on our end. And if they damage any of that when they do the fence, then they're just going to have to replace it. So I can't continue to wait for them. It's been months for them to get this fence thing aligned and set up. And So we're moving forward, so at least we'll have the landscaping in place. But some of the other things that they were working on from a county standpoint was reseeding that area, even though if you walk that line, that fence line, that broken fence line, there's quite a bit of grass in there. So they might just come in and piecemeal hydro seed it just to get grass in all the places. And then they had a bid for the fence and it was ready to go. The fence line from where that brown building is, I think that's the Hargrave building there, all the way up to the northeast side of our community. They had a bid for that. But then they decided that they needed to extend that fence even further to accommodate some of the other communities. So then they put it back out for bid, and that slowed it up a little bit. So, but in that section that is open there, where you can see the houses, our neighbors' houses, that fence is going to go from 6 foot to 8 foot. So you're going to have a little bit higher fence in there, and then we're going to have some crepe myrtles back against the fence line, some palms, sort of more towards the middle, and then there's going to be some local grasses and plants sort of on a lower level to fill that in. So it's going to look really nice. So we've actually signed the agreement for that. They just got to get the plants in, and we're expecting that to start the middle of September. So that's my little notice about the extra 200 foot where it's going up to 8 foot. And then I wanted to shift gears here a little bit and talk about elevators. So many of you may be wondering why we aren't seeing any elevator contractors in here, because the last meeting I shared that they were going to be starting this week. So we got a late notice that came through earlier this week that they need to push the start of the elevator project for veranda number 2 units. I believe that's 33 to 39. They're going to be pushing that to the middle of September. It has some challenges with staffing. But anyway, it's very disappointing that we got such a late notice, but in 4 weeks they should be starting that project. So Quentin, in the meantime, I believe has reached out to the members that live in that building and has also connected with the local fire department, Hilton Fire Department in the event. So they're aware that this elevator is going to be down in the event of an emergency. They're not going to have that available, and they'll have to use steps to get up and down if there's an emergency in that area. They are expecting that project to be completed at the end of October. I shared this in the past, but just another great reminder for folks, whether you're evacuating independently or whether you're evacuating with Tide Point, that we do have this icon on there. We do have some information about hotels, lodging, 1-800 numbers. So that is the best bet if you're evacuating. If you still need to find lodging during that event, we suggest either using one of the apps, like the Bonvoy app for Marriott. Hilton has one, Hyatt has one, all the major chains have them. Using those apps or using the 800 number, because if you call the 800 number, they're gonna focus on a specific area. And if there's nothing in that city, then they will continue to look out further out of that area for you until they can find a room for you. There's question and answer informational sheet in there, the evacuation plan, there's guides, there's links to maps. So quite a bit of information in there. For folks that are evacuating with Tide Point, I just wanted to share this again. We've shared this a couple times. But if you're choosing to evacuate with Tide Point, we have a contract for buses. So we pay a fairly large amount of money to have that reserved for us in the event of an emergency. And if the event takes place, then we would, because you cannot pre-book rooms for a hurricane that hasn't happened yet, as soon as we are understanding that we might need to evacuate, we would then work to secure a hotels or lodging options in the area that we're going to be evacuating to. So that's for the folks that are evacuating with Tide Point, okay? Since Zoran and Chef are going to be holding dining talk, I'm not gonna go really into a lot of dining updates, because they're gonna share them next week, next week. But just a couple reminders for you. So Dining Talk is gonna take place on September 2nd. It's gonna be at 2 o'clock right here in the ballroom. If you happen to miss our first one, Zoran and his team are providing updates, and Chef Jessica and her team provide updates, and then it's open conversation. So great way to hear about what's going on in dining, great way to meet the individuals that work in dining, but also a great way to share your feedback about dining. So would encourage you to attend if you can. And then we have the Labor Day buffet on Monday from 11:30 to 2. It is a holiday for us, no dinner service or fast casual, so it's the buffet is the main meal of the day. Okay, so I'm gonna jump into a sales update. Our sales team has been very, very busy. So, if you had to ask me a couple weeks ago, how many active listings did you have? I'm like, we only had a couple. That's how quick this is sort of moving up and down. It's been very, very fast paced in the with the sales team. So currently we have 7 active listings. That could be maybe even down to 5 by the end of the day. But you can see on the screen the homes that are currently listing. Through August, 20 closings. And then we have 7 more closings scheduled for September. So the board meeting earlier in the week, I think I might have shared, might have been 6. I think we even have another closing schedule. So that's a lot of closings for the month of September. I think that's a record since I've been here. So quite a few closings. So a lot of new members are moving in. Lots of activity in the sales department. And I'll just take a minute. Joy, can you go grab Phyllis? See if she's available, just maybe to come in. So many of you may have heard that Phyllis Neville, our sales assistant / administrative assistant, is actually leaving, and Friday's going to be her last day. Yeah. So many of you have not heard. Yeah. So Phyllis's last day is on Friday. She gave a 2-week notice a few weeks ago. She's been with us almost 11 years. And if you've been here for any length of time, you know that Phyllis does a lot of work in the office. So she supports the sales effort, and she also supports the board and responsibilities around the board, and some responsibilities tied to my office as well. There's many other things that she does outside of what I just mentioned, but we're really going to miss Phyllis. So it's going to be it's going to be tough to fill that position.
She had an appointment this morning. She'll be back shortly.
Oh.
Right now.
Okay. I didn't want to share that I wanted to bring her in because I didn't want her to get nervous. So that was why it was a last minute thing. So if you have an opportunity, stop in the office, give her a call, just to wish her well. So we're certainly going to miss her. And I guess as we go through the hiring or the interviewing process to hire somebody, you're going to see some faces in the office intermittently, just to help, I guess, man the phone, so to speak. So you see some of the concierge in there, possibly some other employees in there, just sort of sitting there, so we have a presence in the office. But we're also taking a look at what do we do differently for that position. So we haven't vetted everything out, but it does appear, Phyllis was mainly tied to the sales office, that the sales assistant role that we filled might be housed right in the sales office versus the admin office. So we're looking at that, Deanie's working through that, which would mean that we would then have a separate individual in the admin office. And we're working through that as well to see what that's going to look like. So haven't worked through all the details on it, but that's the initial thought in terms of what it's going to look like. So a lot to think about, a lot to work through. I would just ask if there's something specific that you need, if you go to the office, nobody's there, and it's department related, reach out to department managers. So if it's a dining issue, or you're something concerned about dining, reach out to Zorn, kitchen chef, so forth, maintenance. So Phyllis gets a lot of questions that come in specific to departments, and then she sort of vets them out. So we have the listing for department managers, and our cabinet members are actually on the app. So we would encourage you to go directly to them. Obviously, if it's not related to a specific concern, if it's sales, then you would go to Deanie. If it's something that is administrative, you can certainly reach out to me or whoever's sitting in that. You can email me as well. So we want to try to make this transition as seamless as possible for you. We're also taking a look as we go and transition through this. Are there some responsibilities that some of the other departments might be picking up that should have been housed in that department, but Phyllis just sort of took it on? Because that's the kind of individual she was. She had a big heart. She would take on responsibilities that might not have been within her wheelhouse, and just to make it happen for members. So we're taking a look at some of that to see how that might be realigned if needed. And once we get through that, then we would get some clarity, some information together for clarity for you all. As an example, there might have been something that Phyllis was doing around driver's license or something like that. That might not necessarily been the sales assistant role. So we would take a look at where's the best place to house that and have that information for you, such as a Q&A. If you need something like this, then you want to go see this department. So that'll help, I think, provide clarity as we go through the transition as well, and help you all if you have questions or need some help with something. You will know what department to go to. So anyway, she's going to be here for 2 more days. We're going to miss her, but we'll definitely do our best to make this a seamless transition for you. Deanie, anything else to add? Okay. So just a couple other updates as we wrap up. Mingle with Mike, September 11th. It's hard to believe we're pushing into the end of summer already, huh? Yes, even though summer's not going to be over, but I think for some folks, like Labor Day is like the official, summer's over, it's Labor Day. So mingle with Mike, hope to see you there. And then we have our town hall in September. It's going to be on September 25th, right here in the ballroom as well. So look forward to seeing you there as well. And with that, I will open it up see if anybody has any questions. Okay, we're going to get you the mic. Joy, can you help us with the mic? Ms. McDonald.
I've been trying to use a dolly. I've been trying for 2 weeks to find a dolly. And I went to Phyllis and asked her, and she referred me to Carrie. Carrie told me that all the equipment in the 3 building and the 5 building that were used to move things were now being stored in the maintenance department. I went to the head of maintenance. He said he didn't know anything about that. Now, we do not have any dollies or any other equipment to move things if we need to move it from our room to our storage room. Do you know anything about that, Michael?
It's a very good question.
There's dollies in the closet right there, if you wanted to ask me.
I don't know, well, Carrie's here with us too. Carrie might be able to shed some light on some of that. You want to come on up, Carrie, to share? I can assure you though, the goal is not for you not to have a dolly.
No, to my knowledge, and people who live in the 3 and the 5 building, you have lower level storage areas and you have upper level storage areas. So there are stairs that are available for you to get to the upper level if you live on the
That's
upper
not my
level.
question.
Oh, yes, ma'am, I know. But also there are flatbeds, they're like blue bins, I believe, that are also in there as well. Now, any dollies that we have, those dollies are kept in the room beside the maintenance shop.
Maintenance dollies is for maintenance.
Correct.
It's not the only dolly that should be in the,
Correct.
in every room.
And that is my understanding as well, yeah.
So if she needs, if a member needs a dolly, what are they using? I guess is the question, right? So where are they getting the dolly?
We've never provided dollies in the 3 and the 5. The items that we provided were the stairs, and then we also have their like a blue flatbed bins. But if they need a dolly assistance, then
When you say dolly, maybe clarify dolly.
There
for us.
was a dolly in each, the 3 and the 5.
Okay,
And I recorded that I felt that a lady who moved took them with her when she moved. And I recorded that. But that's when I was told, oh no, maintenance, they were in maintenance. And Quentin said, I don't know what you're talking about.
okay. So we'll get some clarity for you all in terms of dollies. Hello, dolly. We'll get some clarity in terms of dollies, and if the dollies that we have were taken, we'll get some more dollies. Yeah, it sounds like you might have a flatbed in there. We have flatbeds.
There's regular dollies.
But Joey, there were one in the 5 and there were one in the 3. They've always been there. So
I
if
don't
they're
know
not
about
there,
those either.
it's not a maintenance one. So if they're not there, then we need to figure out where they are.
The only place that I'm aware we have dollies is in maintenance.
But again, that's not what she's asking about. She's asking about the dolly that was in the 5 and in the 3.
I wasn't aware of those.
I'll leave it alone.
All right, so thank you for bringing that up. We'll work through to get some dollies. We'll get something so you can all move your furniture and stuff. Okay. So earlier in the town hall, I was talking about communication, right? So, see?
Michael Sampson.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so Sam is joining us, and I don't know if you know Samantha. Samantha, come on up.
Absolutely.
Sam's our social worker in the care center,
Hey guys, how are you?
Good morning.
Good morning.
and she has an announcement that she wanted to make, because we didn't get it in the tie, so we just want to make sure you all have that, right? So go ahead, Sam.
Awesome. Well, thank you all for having me. I do appreciate it. My name is Samantha Burkowski. I'm a licensed master of social work. I work at the care center, but I occasionally will come over to Tide Point and help out over here as well. So every 4th Thursday, starting this month, at 11 a.m., we have a bereavement group. What that is it's a support group for people who are undergoing any type of loss. It does not have to be just the loss of a spouse. It could be the loss of anybody or anything, because grief is widespread, okay? We meet in the arts and crafts room over at Tide Point, and I do have Sabelli from Crescent Hospice who helps me run that group. Fantastic group. We had a great session. We took off for the summer, but now we're back in session. So today is our first group. If you would like to join us, please just meet us in the arts and craft room. I normally ask that you sign up on the app just so I can get a head count of how many people are coming, but absolutely today I would love for you to join us. So thank you.
Hey, Sam. Appreciate it. Thanks for all you're doing. Joy, can you help ask some more questions?
Who has a question?
I live in the 3 building, and across from it, there's a flashing light.
Yeah.
It appears to be on the other side of the island that you drive around to go to parking, and I don't know what it's about. Or why
Is
it's
it
there.
outdoor lights?
Yes.
It's been recorded, this is street light, it's been recorded.
Oh, it's street light. So, yeah, so Palmetto Electric replaces those. Is that one of those lights?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so we gotta So we use Palmetto Electric for all those higher lights, so it's been reported. And I would imagine they're gonna replace that when they come out and do some other replacements that we already planned, so I don't have a date for you. But, yeah, so, it's just one of the ones that started to go out, it's probably flickering. Yeah. Yeah.
In the oval that you drive around.
Okay. Yeah. So what is their timing around that, Quentin? What is their timing usually?
We email them the poll number and they come out, it'll be the next day, it'll be the next week, but we just email it to them and they say we got it. And I don't know.
So hopefully soon.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Did I see a hand up in the back, or, no? Okay, well, thanks so much for joining us. You'll have a good day.
Thank you.
They didn't have any of it. I guarantee you. And they were gone.
Oh, take care. Hey.
That's what we're here for. That's what we're here for, right? It's already like. That's what we're here for. So how are you?
Hi, how you doing? We'll see you tonight.
He just promised me he's going to shave for dinner. What are you going to shave? Shock the hell out of
I have a comment.